I guess I've been in the program since January of 2023, and it's August, and we're rapidly approaching the end of August. And I would say that it took about 7 months for me to sort of make the leap to actually sharing more publicly what I had envisioned. When Fabiana's Musicians Profit Umbrella popped up one day on my Facebook news feed, I was like, who is this lady? What is she doing? What is this about? And I attended one of these seminars, Just As You Are. The first time I went, I wasn't able to complete it. I had too many things going on. And then I signed up for another freebie. And lo and behold, she kind of blew me out of the water. And I thought, this lady knows something. But I had to overcome my aversion to the word entrepreneur. And my whole idea of my aversion to the word business, because I didn't realize that what I had been doing for 35 years was actually a business. And in fact, that I was an entrepreneur. I just never thought of it that way. I just followed my instinct. I could see every day there were articles, and I did a lot of reading. I did a lot of research. What motivated me was sensing this changing college admissions landscape, that every year it gets tougher and tougher for students to stand out, and to every year they're more squeezed into a box. And as the mother of two now adults who didn't fit the mold, and helping them through the process, I thought there are more children like this out there. There are more young people like this out there. So I did a lot of reading and research to kind of gird myself and to expand my understanding of what was needed. So I can't really say, I think it all kind of coalesced. They say that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And just by sitting in your program, and I, even during the months when I couldn't be there for the live accountability calls, going back and listening in the vault and going back and listening to the calls themselves on my own time, even it was like 10 o'clock at night with my headphones on while my husband watched TV or did his thing. It was just that process of having the material and the vault of knowledge available to me that made things become clearer. Well, it was a process of me understanding that I really did know what I was doing. Because I think that I went from, I have this idea and I'd like to try it, but there's this, and this, and I don't know about that. And, I'm not certified in this particular, I don't have a credential yet. So I had a lot of insecurity. I also worried that because I'm older, I'm 68 years old. So I thought, oh, who's going to pay attention to me? I'm, the has-been lady cellist she's a teacher, and what does she know about any of this? But so I had an internal insecurity about how I would appear on camera, whether I had a crooked tooth, what I had to offer, whether it was valid. And I had to kind of confront all of that and realize that what some of the things that you had shared about early in your business and other people had shared, their stories, and that the focus was not on yes, it's overcoming your own insecurity, but it's also that if you have a desire to help people, that you have to step out of your comfort zone, and that it really is just simply a moment of decision that I can do this. I have this knowledge. I have this ability to see people's strengths and help them overcome, because I've had to overcome it myself. So it's a process. I don't know that, I mean, for me, it was very deep. And hearing other people's stories and being in the accountability calls and watching other people struggle with the same things that I was struggling with was encouraging. So I just decided that I was going to overcome my own feelings of inadequacy and kind of lean on my experience and know that the things that I had shared with in an unpaid way had a certain wisdom that I could rely on. And then it was a matter of sort of how to package it and, branding and, well, what would that look like? It's a little shocking because it felt, by the time I actually said, this is what I can offer you, and this is the price, it felt incredibly easy. Because I think what it was, and this is not to get too woo-woo or too deeply philosophical, but, we have these egos, right? And we have these identities. And I think I had a certain view of myself and a little bit of an unwillingness to expose myself. But then, it's, as I went through the program and I realized that there's me, there's this person that I think I am, but it's not about me. It's not. And that if my ego prevents me from my full potential, then it isn't serving me. And if it isn't serving me, then it certainly can't serve anybody else. So once I had that realization, then it was a decision. Like, I am a teacher, I'm a coach, I am a teacher, I'm all of those things, but it isn't just for me. And yes, people pay for these things, and they pay college advisors $300 an hour. So a 4-month program that costs $3,500 it sounds like a high ticket sale, but it's not. It's really not. It's fair compensation for what they're going to receive. So once I sort of went, okay, and actually that's the price I'm charging for the students that already know me, that are already immediately around me in my city and in my own studio. And my first high ticket student is not a student who's going to have trouble getting in anywhere. It's more like helping him make a choice and present himself. Well, for me, it was really quite literally trust your gut. I mean, I took a really hard swallow when we met on that call, and I thought about the investment, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm out of my mind to do this. But yet there was something really deep inside of me that felt like, I need to do this. I need to bring this forth. And even if I only learn some things about business and entrepreneurship and getting over myself, then it will be worth it. But the first sale was like, okay, there is a need. And my teaching colleagues who have commented when I've posted things on my social media, oh, we're so glad you're doing this. This is so badly needed. And I ran the price past one colleague, and she said, are you kidding? That's a bargain. Parents will pay for that if, if they invest $3,000 to $5,000, but they get back $20,000 a year in tuition. Are you kidding me? That is worth it. So that kind of validation from colleagues who I never expected to even comment on the things that I posted was incredibly validating. And how it feels like it was a really good decision. And just, I would say, trust your gut. If you have a skill and there's something that you're good at besides playing your instrument or teaching your instrument, and there's some way that you can tie it into a program that you can offer to either help other musicians or help other amateurs. I mean, when I started researching and thinking about teaching the cello online, I thought, nah, I don't want to do that. I had enough teaching on Zoom when I was teaching on Zoom during the lockdown. So, it was then a matter of, well, what else? What else can I do? What else is there? And if you have something that you think you want to offer and bring forth into the world, do it and trust your instincts. And you can certainly trust this program.